Then he will come to a network, in our case HBO.
Along with the Nevada State Athletic Commission, the chairman, Luther Mack, commissioners Nat Carasali, Dr. Elias Ghanem, Bruce Lane, Dr. James Nave, and the executive director is Chuck Minker. Introducing the officials as appointed for this bout, physicians at ringside, Dr. Flip Pomansky, Dr. James McLennan. Timekeepers at the bell, also keeping count of the knockdowns, Mike Lasella and James Cavan. Introducing the judges from Las Vegas, Nevada, Jerry Roth. From Venezuela, Rafael Carabaño. And from Mexico City, Hector Hernandez. Presenting the referee in charge of this bout, he will be giving instructions after the introductions, Richard Steele. All right, fans, here we go. This is it, the main event of the evening, as Momentum Enterprises, in association with Banner Promotions, presents the Quest for Glory, the WBA Cruiserweight Championship of the World, scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Introducing to you first the challenger on my left, fighting out of the red corner. He enters the ring wearing white trunks with gold trim, and fighting out of Winnipeg, Canada. He weighed in at a trim and ready 184.5 pounds with a fine record, 35 wins, only 3 losses, 30 big wins by way of knockout. He's ranked the number 6 WBA contender. Please welcome the former WBC light heavyweight champion of the world, known as the Golden Boy, Donny Lalonde. And his opponent across the ring. On my right, fighting out of the blue corners, the defending world champion. He enters the ring wearing black trunks with gold trim, representing Montgomery Township in New Jersey. He weighed in at 187 pounds. His fine record includes 39 wins, 5 losses, with 26 wins by way of knockout. He is the former IBF light heavyweight champion, currently the defending WBA cruiserweight champion of the world, Bobby Chuppy Czyz. Once again, here's your referee in charge, Richard Steele.
I spoke to both fighters in the dressing room. I'm caution at the end. Obey my commands at all times. Shake hands. Good luck.
There's the WBA rules in effect tonight. 3 knockdown rule in effect. No standing 8 count. Saved by the bell in the last round only.
Quick look at the tail of the tape. You see Lalonde and Czyz. The age is very similar. A little edge in reach and height to Lalonde.
We're set to go. The main event, the Quest for Glory, underway. Round number 1, scheduled 12-rounder. It's the challenger in the white trunks with the gold trim, Donny Golden Boy Lalonde, and the determined defending champion making the second defense of his WBA title, Bobby Czyz. Czyz, the stalker, as we anticipated here, Al.
And he is using his jab effectively. For Bobby Czyz to really be effective in this match, if he out-jabs Lalonde, he will own this match. Lalonde landing a good counter right. Donny Lalonde really wants to use his left more effectively than he has in the past. Because of an arm injury, that left has not always been as effective as he'd like, but the right packs some power.
It has been the jab. The jab has just been Czyz's downfall in recent years, twice losing to a very good jabber in Charles Prince Williams, Virgil Hill. Both those fighters possess very good jabs, and Lalonde intends or tries to get it done here tonight.
If you can move on Czyz and land shots as you go, as Lalonde is starting to do, you can be
a big left hook. There goes Donny Golden Boy Lalonde, a big left hook.
Czyz over his right hand and landed perfect left hook for him.
He was up at the count of 5, and now Bobby Czyz looks like he wants to end the night early, and Donny looking a lot like he did against Sugar Ray Leonard in round number 9 back in November of 1988.
He will have to hold on here, Lalonde, if he can.
Bobby Czyz already on the attack. 1 knockdown inside the first minute and a half of round number 1. Backpedaling is the challenger, Donny Lalonde. Another left is there.
Even The jabs are stunning Lalonde, and his hands are low. The ironic thing is Lalonde had landed a good counter shot before Czyz got that left hook in. Donny's hurt with everything Czyz throws.
Bobby Czyz on the attack. Lalonde turns him. But Czyz tries to smother it. I don't know if Lalonde is still all there now.
No, and his hands are extremely low.
Big knockdown for Czyz inside the first minute and a half of the fight. Lalonde trying to clear his head right now, but as you said, almost everything Czyz is throwing is landing.
And just a big hook again. A moment ago, Lalonde threw an uppercut, and the hook just missed by Czyz.
Bobby Czyz looking very powerful at 187 pounds. It's a lot of that power from his legs now. It almost looks like a fullback legs.
Well, he is a powerful fighter, always has been, especially when he gets leverage on that left hook, as he's been doing here tonight.
A big round for Bobby Czyz. Richard Steele, of course, is the referee. Right hand landing for Lalonde as he makes a good contact with Bobby Czyz.
That was a good uppercut. He may have stunned Czyz a little with that shot, but Bobby unrelenting in his attack. We thought this would be a war, and it's been that.
They didn't waste any time. They came to the front line with both barrels loaded. Great first round of action. Our main event, the Quest for Glory. A nasty cut over the left eye of Donny Lalonde, Al, and that is something which will have to be addressed.
And I'll tell you, I think that came from a clash of heads in the middle of the round. I really believe that. A
terrific crowd here at the Riviera Hotel Casino. Some major replays in the first, Al.
Well, Bobby Czyz able to crank up this left hook over a right hand that languishes there for Lalonde, and that wasn't even the perfect Bobby Czyz left hook, actually, but it landed very well on the point of the chin of Lalonde. Lalonde cannot leave the right hand down there, which he did in this instance, and Czyz, quick-handed, gets the left hand in. And Ray Leonard was able to work the left hook very well against Donny Lalonde. It's always been the one punch that will get there against him.
There's Ralph Citro, one of the best cut men in the business, we might add, and see if he can keep his man alive. Round number 2 coming your way. A full house here at the Riviera Hotel and Casino. As boxing is back at the Rib in style, the Quest for Glory has sold the place out. And a vocal crowd certainly got into the action in round number 1. A big round for the champion, Bobby Czyz. Although Donny had a few moments in there where he did land some decent combinations.
There is a lot of electricity in this building right now. And Lalonde, you're right. He did land some pretty good counter shots. But he's going to have to land more of them to keep Czyz off.
It has always been Lalonde's tradition to carry both hands low, so it's nothing he hasn't done before. But if you, as you mentioned, now he's going to do anything, he's got to keep up a little bit higher.
One of the keys here is how well Czyz is jabbing. It's making this fight so much easier for him, and there you see an example of it. When Bobby Czyz jabs his way in, he is very, very effective. You know, it's ironic. One of their common opponents, Leslie Stewart, was knocked out by Lalonde, whereas he went the distance with Czyz and lost a very controversial and close decision.
Donny Lalonde, after having a very tough first round, it continues to backpedal as the stalker, Bobby Czyz, keeps the pressure on. A double left there by Czyz, and one landed well, and the other one grazed. Bobby Czyz says he's feeling better than he ever has. He's had some operation for some nasal problems, some back problems. He says he's never felt better physically. He recently got married. He said that's helped him focus a little more on his life. And he just feels he is far better person, boxer, and just serious about all aspects of the sport.
Well, so far, Donny, that all is true, and to add to it, Donny Lalonde has not been able to incorporate that left hand the way he wanted to in his attack, and his right hand, though it's landed a couple times, has not been as effective as he'd like. There it is.
Big right hand, there it is. Czyz. Donny feeling it.
Oh, yeah, and that hook was the best hook I've ever seen Lalonde throw in his career.
Some great punching here, center ring, Lalonde landing the shots. Czyz now covering up just a little bit.
Lalonde better be careful, though. Yes, he got nailed with a left hook.
Got some great action here in round number 2. Both fighters landing big shots. Lalonde getting the better of it this round.
Lalonde threw 2 left hooks that are better than any I've seen him throw, and they really stunned Bobby Czyz. This is as advertised.
It is. Defense taking a holiday.
And now the Lalonde jab is setting up the right hand again. was a good right by Czyz, but it will be the hook that will hurt him again if he is to hurt Lalonde.
Inside 20 seconds in round number 2, and welcome on board for a terrific 6 minutes of action thus far.
And what has made round 2 better for Lalonde is he's using his jab more effectively, and the right is getting there. And he's gained some respect from Czyz.
Czyz being a little more thoughtful before he goes in. What a great second round of action.
Have your hands up.
Tommy Parks working the corner as he had for years of Bobby Czyz. Czyz has been fighting 12 years. Loves to get into the slug fest.
Don't bring up that jab. Have your hands up. Don't bring jab up. Hands up all the time. Make sure you're in range when you go.
This is Bobby Czyz's 10th world title fight with Tommy Parks.
Don't come back.
Now, Donny Lalonde doesn't use his left hook very often. This one got there, and I mean, that was as good as he could throw. Now, it's not perfect because he has that injury that doesn't allow him to crank it the right way. But Bobby Czyz has his left hook working as it always is.
And if you have the under on this fight, you got a good bet, because I don't see these two guys going much deeper than 6 or 7 rounds at this kind of pace and the kind of leather they're both landing. Donny Lalonde, wait a minute, some confusion.
You got the mouthpiece in the mouth. Time.
He's ready to go. Richard Steele calling them center ring. Round number 3 of a terrific 6 minutes.
Does he have his mouthpiece in?
It sounded like he did not.
Like he was saying, no, that's okay, I'll go without it, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We are currently joined at ringside by the WBC light heavyweight champion, also the IBF super middleweight champion, the busiest boxer collecting world titles in 1992, Iran the Blade Barkley. Iran, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Kind of fight that you can certainly relate to, sir.
Oh, most definitely.
You've had a few like this. These guys are landing left hooks. Czyz is doing his, but the surprising thing, Iran, is that also Donny Lalonde throwing a couple of good left hooks.
Oh, most definitely. What Donny got to do is mainly put that jab out some more, and keep Czyz backing off. You know, Czyz is coming, so you got to put that jab out there more.
And there he does it. And that's why the right hand's getting there, right?
Yeah, that's why it's getting there.
This is a scary thought, Iran, but are you taking a thought of jumping up the cruiserweight now?
Hey, you know something? I'm looking at this fight and I'm saying, hey, Bobby Czyz can definitely be mine. I think I'll beat both of these guys in one night.
You're going to be going after Holyfield next. Be careful.
It's a big...
Keep him out, the last one, okay?
Well, you heard Richard Steele. One more low punch by Czyz. Now, Bobby is a body puncher by trade, and so you better be careful that one more and he'll get a point deducted.
I ran a terrific performance over Tommy Hearns. Is there any definitive plans for you in the near future?
Well, you know, I'm thinking about this right now, and I'm looking at these guys, and I'm saying, hey, you know, I'd rather get one of these guys, you know.
Boy, and I'll tell you what, one thing you'll know if Bobby Czyz gets in there with you, he's using that left overtime. His jab, very effective right now, and also making the hook work and those right hands.
Oh, most definitely, he is. But I think I can get around that.
And
Very
you might.
confident Iran the Blade Barkley.
Good jab by Czyz. It's been a key in this bout, and as Iran said, and it's true, and we mentioned it earlier, Donny Lalonde needs to use his jab to make that right effective, and that's what he did in the second round. He's not doing it as much here in the third.
The pace slowing down just a little bit here in round number 3, but both are still throwing major bombs here.
And let me caution you, remember, Bobby Czyz has had many quick starts in his career, like the one against Charles Prince William, but he faded a bit. So don't rule Donny Lalonde out of the stats because Czyz has shown power.
Oh, most definitely.
Inside 20 seconds, we're joined to ringside by Iran Barkley, the current WBC light heavyweight champ, the IBF super middleweight champ, and he's talking cruiserweight. And we'll stay with Iran through the course of this fight. Inside 5 seconds, the quest for glory continues. Round number 4 coming. Looks like they've done a good job on that cut over the left eye, Al. I thought that could be rather detrimental, but when you got Ralph Citro sitting there in the corner, you got the best.
That's for sure. He and Percy Richardson, Ed Aliano, really in a class by themselves.
The Ben Casey of cornermen, Ralph Citro.
Well, Bobby Czyz is known as a good body puncher, but in this case, he managed to slip a little south of the border. And this was apparently, in fact, 2 of them, and that is why probably Richard Steele really was strong in his warning. He had warned him once before, and because 2 landed down there, he gave him a stern warning.
How effectively can Lalonde continue to backpedal, and still do the job here? Because he hasn't taken a step forward, I mean, very infrequently in this fight.
Well, and what he's going to have to do is what they just reminded him. Use that jab effectively. If he does that, he can backpedal a ways. I think his plan is to take this into the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th round. Their feeling is Bobby Czyz will fade.
Round number 4, the quest for glory. Bobby Czyz in the black with the gold trim, and Donny Golden Boy Lalonde in the white with the gold trim. We're in round number 4 of what has been a tremendous battle. First round knockdown for Czyz. Lalonde came on strong in the second round. Pretty even in the third round. We'll check Pedro Fernandez's scorecard, but the jab for Czyz continues, and you wonder how many times Lalonde will eat that before it really starts to take its toll.
And there's the hook by Czyz. His left hand has been very, very effective. And he's coming over that right hand of Lalonde. So Donny got in there.
Bobby Czyz's 10th world title fight. Donny Lalonde has been in 4 of them. That jab, I don't think I've ever seen Bobby jab with such effectiveness and power.
Well, he is a very good jabber, but so many times in fights, he has bulled his way in and not felt he needed the jab. A big mistake. And yes, tonight that jab is working well.
As we see, the left eye was cut in the second round. They've done a nice job, but you can see the blood on the trunks of Donny Lalonde. And believe me when I say that Bobby Czyz is very cognizant of that cut.
Now, Lalonde is doing one good thing, and that is he is moving to his left to get away from the left hook of Czyz. He's going to make Czyz beat him with the right hand, if at all possible. That is not a bad idea.
Right above us is the action as Lalonde and Czyz go shoulder to shoulder. 32-year-old Donny Lalonde taking a beating here in round number 4. He wanted to establish a jab, and in times he has done that. But the hook has also been good from the left hook.
Yeah, Bobby Czyz's hook has always been a good calling card for him. He hasn't gone with it to the body as much as he does normally, but because he's been landing it to the head.
Round number 4, scheduled 12 rounder. We're at the sold-out Riviera Hotel and Casino where boxing returns. World Championship Boxing with style tonight for the first time in 6 years, and happy you could join us here. Left hook.
That's been the ticket for Bobby Czyz, and Lalonde, even though he's moving away from it, still getting hit with it. There's a dangerous move again. The uppercut from way back for Lalonde, and that punch will get him in trouble.
Lalonde fights so loosely that you never know when he's on or off balance. He has a real strange style.
Has always been so, and it makes it difficult to know even when he's getting hurt. Now, there's a veteran move by Czyz. He wants to almost make Lalonde come to him for a moment so he can counter him maybe with the left hook. And there he tries it.
Inside 10 seconds go. Round number 4, the quest for glory continues at the Riviera Hotel and Casino. The very dignified press conferences I attended, both gentlemen promised action, and so far they've been good to their promise. Once again, we are joined ringside by Iran the Blade Barkley. Iran, a quick overview of the first 4 rounds. If you were the judge at ringside, how would you be scoring this?
Well, I'll be giving it right now to Bobby Czyz a little. You know, I got him a little ahead, but if I think that Donny Lalonde should take control of this fight right now, because what I see, if you look in the corner, you can see that Bobby's breathing very hard. So he needs to take control of this fight now.
After 4 rounds, Pedro Fernandez has a scorecard.
Pedro's got a 38-37 after 4 rounds. I scored the first round for Czyz, the second round for Lalonde, the third round for Lalonde, and the 4th round for Czyz. Even fight right now, although I've got the champ up by 1.
All right, we're 1/3 of the way through. Round number 5 underway. Hugh Millay, Al Bernstein, Pedro Fernandez, Iran Barkley, and a host of thousands here at the Riviera Hotel Casino. Round number 5, and Czyz landing that hook again. And now the overhand right being effective.
Yeah, this is Iran hit on the head. This is a critical juncture in this point. If Lalonde can get back into it in the next 2 or 3 rounds in any way, shape, or form, and there's the right hand helping him do it. Bobby Czyz has a history of fading in middle rounds. We'll see if it happens here.
He started out quickly, as Al mentioned, has been his style, and trying to, maybe he realized it's time to close shop here if he can. Hard to gauge Donny Lalonde, as we said, very awkward fighter.
Tell you what, though, as long as Czyz can continue to land that jab, he can jab his way to a victory here tonight. Because Lalonde is not landing that many counter right hands.
Both of them did guarantee a knockout, so we'll have to see how this transpires.
And they're both very honorable, honest men,
yes.
So I'm sure they wouldn't lie.
They sounded like stockbrokers at their press conference. Bobby Czyz's big key term in his career has been he's white, right, polite, and he can fight. Well, he's fighting another guy just like that, so mirror images. Lalonde trying to go to the body here in round number 5, and Czyz getting off the ropes out of the corner with a double jab. Hook there again midway through round number 5, and the blood continues to pour from the left eye above the left eye of Donny Lalonde.
You know, Czyz is doing well in this round with his jab. Lalonde's been able to land some counter shots. But one interesting thing has happened. The Czyz left hook is not landing with the force it did earlier. He's not cranking it up like he has sometimes in the past. He's pawing with that punch a little too much.
Donny moving away. Do not try to really categorize his style. No. It looks like you might be want to go one-on-one on the basketball court sometime.
Blood coming a little bit from that cut over the eye.
That could be a factor. It is over above the eye. We saw an earlier fight tonight stopped as Riddick Bowe TKO'd Everett Bigfoot Martin with a cut above his left eyelid, and that did stop that fight as well. We'll have to see what the ringside doctor has to say about that. Big combination by Czyz here late in round number 5.
There's the hook. That hook was thrown with a little more leverage and a little more bad intentions, as my friend Bill Clancy would say.
Inside 15 seconds, both trading at center ring. A tough fight to score thus far. Bobby has landed the most telling blow in the first round, the big left hook, and probably got him a 10-8 round in the first. Checking in on Donny Lalonde's corner, Ralph Citro, the man doing the cut job.
Give me a sponge. Give me a sponge.
Close your eye, Donny.
Drink water. Give me some water. Donny, my hand on my neck. How you doing? Fine. That was a good round for you. You got a little cut there. Don't worry about it. Ralph's taking care of it. You know Ralph. They've always been about this.
Here's Bobby Czyz with the left hook. This may have been where we think the cut may have originally occurred. Could very well have been. He kind of hit it with the side of the glove.
His laces get exposed.
Yeah, originally I thought it was a class S, but I think that is very well may be the spot.
So we have cuts over both eyes right now for Donny Lalonde after 5 rounds. Round number 6 as we head into the halfway point of a scheduled 12-rounder entitled The Quest for Glory. And Bobby Czyz turning up the heat.
Interesting sidelight. Donny Lalonde managed by David Wolf, who is a very fine writer, former sports editor of, I believe it was Look Magazine or Life. He also wrote one of the best sports books ever called Foul about Connie Hawkins. He has guided Donny Lalonde in his career.
Lalonde with 4 fights since coming out of retirement late in '91, and they're all against not tremendous opponents. This is Bobby Czyz's second title defense of a title he won back on March 5th of last year. 12-round decision over Robert Daniels. He has defended against Bash Ali back on August 9th, so both these gentlemen have had extended layoffs and ready for this fight.
Again, low blows. That's a warning of holding against Lalonde, but Czyz better be careful. He could have a point taken away. There's Lalonde trying to use the left hook. We saw it a couple of times, but boy, that's been sparing. And also, where's the Lalonde right hand? We've not seen that much either.
He does not pull the trigger on that and just kind of waving at quickly. But the jab still there for Bobby Czyz. Both slowing down after a furious 3 rounds. And right above us, we're getting sprayed.
Czyz landing a couple of good shots there, and Lalonde missing with the uppercut. He's not been able to land that punch very effectively.
Midway through round number 6, and the champion trying to hold on to his title belt. And early on, he looked good, and Donny Lalonde had his moments in the 3rd and 4th round, and pretty even up the 5th and 6th. As we mentioned, Donny Lalonde cut above the left eye and the right eye. The severity of both not debilitating right now, though it looks like the right cut is open again. And another low blow, Al, and that's the second time this round.
Bobby Czyz is asking for trouble. He's asking for a point to be taken away. He's been low with repeated punches. The cut over the right eye of Lalonde worse than the one over the left eye, and it's because Czyz keeps banging him with jabs. Lalonde needs to crank up that right hand. Among the variety that did at least stun Czyz and hurt him a little bit earlier, he needs one of those real badly right now.
A lot of people thought Bobby Czyz was making kind of a mistake going up the cruiserweight, but he's grown into that weight class very, very well.
Well, I was surprised, as he said in his piece, when he became such a good light heavyweight. And then, yeah, cruiser seemed ridiculous as he said it, but hey, he made it work.
Don't ever tell Bobby Czyz he can't.
His career as a light heavyweight was all but finished after he lost to Hill, lost to Williams again. But this was the right division.
Both combatants head back to their respective corners. We're at the halfway point of a scheduled 12-rounder. As we get a look at Bobby Czyz, Tommy Parks doing the job there, and Bobby is breathing heavily. Iran Barkley pointed that out in round number 4. And, we are at the Riviera Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. World Championship Boxing returning for the first time in 6 years, and the fans have come out in droves. We have an official sellout, I was told.
This is great. And what a nice boxing card for boxing to return here. It's been very exciting.
Very nice. Riddick Bowe earlier tonight scoring a 5th-round knockout. We've got the cut over the left eye. And we know there's one above the right eye.
You promised me you'd keep your
Some
chin down,
terrific
which
camera
brings your
work.
hands up. That's what we need. Chin down.
Chin down, hands up. Good advice.
It's a good way to start your boxing career. Round number 7. Pace is slow just a little bit as Bobby Czyz comes out. Lalonde looked like he might have been taking a breather there in round number 6. We'll see if they turn up the pressure here in round number 7.
Well, I think Donny Lalonde needs to very badly. He is starting to lose these rounds to Bobby Czyz, and Czyz is getting in a mode where he doesn't need to be Mr. Power. He's not getting hit with the right hand. He's landing the jab repeatedly and occasional left hook, and so he's not in a position of jeopardy. Of course, maybe Lalonde could change that with one of those quick right hands, but it doesn't look like it so far. I wonder if Donny Lalonde has a healthy right hand.
Yeah, you have to wonder that.
And boy, if he doesn't, he's in real trouble, because he's not going to win this with his left.
His only weapon, that used to be his right hand. He had some serious shoulder surgery, and you can see the scar above the left shoulder. Right hand rocks Lalonde. He fights back, but the blood is really spewing. We can't even tell which eye right now.
And Donny Lalonde is throwing his right hand, so maybe it is okay. And then we didn't hear anything in the corner.
Big right hand.
He threw an uppercut in Lalonde from way back and got countered with the right, but interestingly, fired back immediately himself. It wasn't hurt that badly.
Really performance by Lalonde. Czyz has not taken his eyes off Lalonde, I think, since they got off the plane on Wednesday, so.
He's intense.
Yeah, he is. The jab, there's blood from the nose.
I'd love to know how many jabs Bobby Czyz has landed in this bout. I mean, it is a huge amount.
Left just landed. We're inside minute 30 of round number 7, as you can see on your screen. And this round has been all Bobby Czyz.
Watch your head.
There they bang heads, and Richard Steele cognizant of that fact.
A gutty performance by Lalonde, but really taking a beating right now.
And this is now becoming target practice for Bobby Czyz. Lalonde unable to land any right hands of significance that would keep Czyz off of him.
Donny said he's back for good. He did make $5.2 million for his fight with Sugar Ray Leonard back in November of 1988, but he might want to rethink his career goals if this fight continues at this pace.
He's had 4 wins in his comeback in 1991, not against anyone of note. And, but, you know, that was leading up to this one, obviously.
Decent left jab by Lalonde, but Czyz continues to plod forward. Inside 1 minute to go in round number 7. And this has been all Bobby Czyz this round. And Lalonde really showing little tactic in this round. Bobby seems to got a little new life here in round number 7. I guess it helps when you're punching with everything you got and landing.
The jab remains constant for Czyz, and the crowd gets into it on Czyz's behalf.
The crowd has come to life, as you could hear the chants, as Al mentioned, that Bobby. Although I must add that Donny Lalonde has brought a good contingent of people down from
Canada. Give me a rag, white rag.
Hey, Donny, you're standing there waiting for him to get off. That's how he connects. Don't wait.
You gotta get off first. Right? You gotta get off first. You know, for more than one punch. He's getting tired. He just stuck the win at the end of that last round. Now keep punch. You gotta punch.
Bobby Czyz has landed mostly left hooks, but this straight right hand right on the chin of Lalonde, interestingly, did not hurt him to the point where Lalonde did not fire back, and those counter punches were Lalonde's 2 best punches of the round by far after he was hurt.
Czyz getting a little bit of a mouse below the left eye, but nothing of consequence. Round number 8. Donny Lalonde's corner, and he in particular seemed a little bit frustrated, almost like mad there between round 7 and 8. Like something wasn't going his way, and he wasn't real happy about it. He really looks very tired right now.
Yeah, he's taking a lot of punches. The Czyz jab continues to land. And as they said, you're just, until Lalonde, you're waiting for him to get off. And the right hand, you know, there. See, he's landing some of those jabs. The right hand should follow behind him for Lalonde. That is what he is. He's a right hand puncher. And you got to throw it.
When he knocked out Eddie Davis and Leslie Stewart, it was the right hand that did the damage.
And during that time, as a light heavyweight, he was feared. His power was feared. Now, of course, that was his division below this. But he knocked out the likes of Willie Edwards.
Another low blow. And Donny calling for it. Looked at Richard Steele. Now he just landed one. What's good for the goose is good for the gander, I guess. It's the philosophy here is Richard Steele kind of just looks at both of them. The one he owed you.
Well, this fight has settled into a one-sided affair, which it was not so much at the beginning, even though Czyz had hurt Lalonde a couple of times. Donny in the
beautiful jab.
4th round came back a bit.
Textbook jab by Bobby Czyz here in round number 8, and Donny Lalonde has eaten just about every single one of them.
And Lalonde's hand so low. It's always had his hands low, but it's really pronounced tonight.
Bobby Czyz gets so much power from his lower body. You can see the thickness of his thighs. He really turns well on his punches and gets a lot of strength and thrust from those thighs. From a high school football star.
Remember doing his bouts early in his career when he was a middleweight, and very popular on that network I broadcast on.
They had you in Bozeman on Montana land.
Been everywhere. Happy to be here, though, because this has been a real fun night. It really has been. And you know what's nice about it? This crowd has seen a variety of boxing. And right now, Donny Lalonde could make it really interesting if he could just land a couple of right hands and turn this fight into the relatively close affair it was early. But I just don't know if he's capable of doing it.
He looks beaten as far as his mental outlook, but he still has that right hand there, and he's still throwing punches. He's taken a lot of beating though here through 7+, almost 8 rounds.
And really, in the 2nd and 3rd rounds, he showed sparks where he countered Czyz and stunned him a little bit. And that's the right. That punch just has to come from. Now, there it is again. See, he can land that right hand. Can Donny Lalonde.
Crowd getting into it here at the Riv.
Too tired.
As we check in with Tommy Parks, Choppy Chaz.
Save your energy. Your feet on the floor, move to him, slip and slide, and jab.
If Lalonde keeps his hands that low, they will continue. And speaking of low,
there you go.
Yeah, a little bit low. That was Donny Lalonde's response to an earlier low blow by Czyz. You think that was intentional?
Oh, I don't know. No. He almost lifted him off the mat.
Don't wait to shoot right hand. Shoot right away. Okay, right?
But it
Come back with left hook.
In deference to Lalonde, that came after several by Czyz.
The star of this show might be Ralph Citro. He's done just a great job on the cuts because there were cuts over both Lalonde's eyes after the second round, and after the sixth round there were cuts, and he has kept his man in the fight and pretty much free of any blockage of his eyesight. He also has a bloody nose, so you give blood in this sport, and Donny has given his tonight. We're looking live at the WBA Cruiserweight Championship. It's a 12-rounder. We are in round number 9. The champion, Bobby Czyz, appears to have things in control, but never discount Lalonde because he's still got the right hand and a lot of power.
Now he's really trying to hit him with the right hand. Czyz doing an excellent job of slipping those punches.
Overhand right landing by Czyz. And you wonder how much power Lalonde has to keep Czyz off, and it doesn't appear to be in the category of respect. Just kind of out there.
There was a good right hand by Lalonde as Czyz came in. He was loading up with the right, but Bobby wasn't hit square with that punch.
Center ring, round number 9, and it's Richard Steele. The referee has done a great job. On the verge of almost deducting a point with Czyz with some low blows, but is held back. I'll tell you, Lalonde keeps those hands so low out, you feel like you and I could run in and get a shot at him. Well, maybe not both of us, but
perhaps we need both of them. It's always been a problem for him. In the past, he's had the foot movement to stay away mostly, but
Watch your shoulder, watch your shoulder.
and also he's brought that left jab from down under, a la Tommy Hearns. It's been effective, but not so tonight.
As we see, the nose is bloody. The eyes are been taken well care of by Ralph Citro in this corner. Czyz looks like he's trying to keep the pressure on, but not throwing as many punches as he did in round number 8. And Lalonde just keeping a jab and a right out there just enough to keep his respect.
Lalonde is trying to get the right hand in, but Czyz has given a pretty good head movement. There it is again. Not a lot of leverage. Very low blow again by Czyz.
Richard Steele was right in position to see that. And I'm a little bit curious. There's been one too many of those.
Now this has been a better round for Lalonde. I am not at all sure he's won it, but he at least has shown some life here in this round.
Right hand, overhand right lands. And Richard Steele's looking at Donny Lalonde very seriously right now. Like, has he had enough? Czyz picking his shots right now. Left, the right, inside, outside.
See how well Czyz is slipping those right hands. This is the first round where Lalonde is really trying to throw that punch effectively in the last 4 or 5.
Now we have the Canadian contingent going Donny, I believe.
Well, I've got an 88-82 after 9 rounds. I gave the champ the first round by 2 points, but I think Donny Lalonde has realized reality has set in. You cannot fight 4 hobos and then fight for the WBA Cruiserweight Championship of the world against a fighter the stature of Bobby Czyz. Right now, Donny Lalonde's in deep trouble.
As you see, Ralph Citro continues to work on the right eye and the left eye, but has done just a great job there. The nose appears to be broken, or at least bloodied at this point. There's a little mouse under the left eye of Bobby Czyz. Other than that, he's relatively unmarked. We head into the final 25% of this main event called the Quest for Glory, and the man who is going to achieve his quest, or so it appears, without a major turnaround in fortunes by Donny Lalonde, is the champion, Bobby Czyz right now, who looks pretty fresh after 27 minutes of pretty intense boxing.
And because he's been able to conserve his energy, use the jab, not always have to attack in a wild fashion.
That's it. I think we're going to get a point. 1 point against Czyz.
For the low blows.
We had called for that about 3 rounds ago. Finally, Richard Steele turning into a wrestling match here, Al.
Well, Bobby Czyz really doesn't need to take, I don't think, unnecessary chances with those low blows, and he has thrown a lot of them.
We're in round number 10 of the scheduled 12-rounder. We didn't think at the pace early on that we'd get this deep into the fight, but both fighters have taken some big shots, especially the man in the white trunks, the bloodied white and gold trunks, Donny Lalonde. The left hook gets in there.
I was just about to say Czyz has not thrown the left hook to the head as well as he did earlier, but there he does throw one.
Lalonde with a pretty decent combination. We question its effective of power.
Double left hook. You saw it right there. That's the ticket for Czyz now. Double it to the body and the head, and I guarantee you he will hurt Lalonde and maybe knock him down. He's landed that combination about 3 times.
Both fighters have expended a lot of energy through 9+ rounds. It's amazing that with the pounding that Donny Lalonde has taken, or shots just like that, he's still standing there.
Nice uppercut by Czyz. Donny Lalonde is 3 left hooks away from going down and possibly out. But 1 or 2 of them have to be to the body, and they have to be with a lot of leverage by Bobby Czyz.
It looks like he needs to load up on a couple here.
He's still throwing those punches at the belt line. He doesn't care.
Yeah. He will not change his strategy. Richard Steele looking on.
He keeps warning him. He doesn't want to take another point away from Czyz.
2 points could be kind of serious. 1 point.
You never know. Although I think Czyz is well ahead in this bout.
Stranger things have happened in Las Vegas.
That is for sure. And everywhere else in boxing, for that matter.
I think they'll find a cure for the common cold before they figure out boxing judges.
Oh, that's for sure.
Center ring, round number 10. A slower pace 3-minute period here. But pretty much the same action we've witnessed through 9+ rounds, and that is Bobby Czyz stalking and Lalonde trying to fend him off with an attack which has been at times effective, but for the most part Czyz has been in control.
Czyz won 12 in winning the crown from Daniels, won 12 in defending against Fashion. He might go 12 here.
What appeared to be a... Now, I don't know about you, Al, but I don't know if Donny Lalonde has a mouthpiece in.
I'll tell you what, let's see.
Get the towel on that nose.
He ducked it in the last round because of low blows, and there it is. I'll tell you, he has thrown a lot of them, and I think Richard Steele was... And then an elbow to boot. Donny Lalonde looks at Richard Steele, says, you got to penalize him for something. So take your pick.
Let's go. No gambling.
Round number 11. The quest for glory is on the line. The WBA Cruiserweight title is on the line. And Bobby Czyz, as Al mentioned, and Pedro feels in charge in a scorecard, but stranger things have happened. We don't get paid to score it, we just get paid to call it.
The Redstone used to say, I don't make them up, I just repeat them.
Another very close punch there.
Well, now Donny Lalonde's appealing to Steele. He knows, maybe he's thinking maybe I can get some points taken away and win this fight. Although I don't think there's enough rounds left for that to happen.
Lalonde standing a little more flat-footed here in round number 11. He got the word from his cornerman Ralph Citro that he had 2 rounds to go, and I would feel down deep that he has to do something very dramatic to turn this one.
Yeah, I think a knockout is almost mandatory. Lands a good right hand there, but since about the 3rd round, Lalonde has not landed anything big enough to really shake Czyz. He gained some respect for Czyz at that point, but not since.
Bobby Czyz has been to this 4-5 times in his career. Lalonde's only been there once. So.
The way for Bobby Czyz to end this fight, would be double left hook. Just crank him up to the body and then the head. See, now there it lands to the head, but if they come to the body first, like he did in the last round, he might well have landed it and really hurt him.
Dozy-do at center ring, and Lalonde landing some shots midway through round number 11. Great action this fight. Both men obviously in tremendous condition. They said they were, and indeed they must be to continue this pace.
No holding. Keep him up. Keep him up. Keep him up.
Well, Lalonde has tried in this round to throw some pretty good right hands. It just hasn't been there for him. He's not been able to make it happen against Czyz.
Czyz just fresh enough, I think, Al, and just enough left that I don't think anything Donny's got left could do any really destructive damage. And I think Bobby's pretty much paced himself. I think he's came to the fact that we're going 12. And
can I tell you something really weird? I like the idea of an Iran Barkley Bobby Czyz, but I'm sitting here thinking it would be great. After all, Czyz started out as a middleweight just like Barkley, and Barkley went up to light heavyweight. Why couldn't Iran Barkley fight him really just a couple pounds higher than 178 and fight him as a cruiserweight? I think it would be fun.
Both are about approximately the same age. They've had kind of the same kind of careers.
Very much so.
East Coast would love it. They'd be all over that fight.
Absolutely. I think any boxing fan would get a kick out of it.
Well, and then I have to ask your prediction then.
I think it would be a very, very close
You're hedging.
Fight.
You're supposed to pick this out.
Oh, am I? I'm sorry. I'll do it next round.
All right, looks like we will go into the 12th round here at the Riviera Hotel and Casino. The quest for glory, you're looking at Bobby Czyz as he'll get the final words of wisdom from his corner man, Tommy Parks.
I know what you
Round
look
6
crazy.
they're talking.
I want you to double jab. Don't hop. Keep your feet on the floor. Okay? And listen, keep your hands up.
Okay, this is our last and final round.
Thank you.
Okay, last and final round.
Last and final round. I think that's definitive, Al.
Why is...
I've got it 107 to 100 after 11 rounds. It's a total shutout almost, except for 2 rounds for Lalonde. Straight up, Donny Lalonde showed he's gutty tonight, but that's about it. He did not bring his ability back with him in this comeback. Back to Al and Cuba.
All right, this is it. A packed house here at the Riviera Hotel and Casino came for the quest for glory, and they've gotten their money's worth. Bobby Czyz and Donny Golden Boy Lalonde will go the last 3 minutes for the title.
I'll tell you what, big right. I was just about to say, even though it's been a little lackluster the last 6 rounds, a good last round could make everybody forget that. And Lalonde comes right out and lands a big right hand. He's got to let it flow now.
Words of wisdom from the Czyz corner. Keep your feet on the ground, just steady and concentrated.
Don't lunge. He could jab his way to a win here in this round. Might not be the most exciting, but it would work for him.
I don't know about you, Al, about the 3rd or 4th round. I didn't think I'd be sitting here calling a 12-round fight.
No, I was really surprised, too. You know, I mentioned Iran Barkley. Al Cole, who we interviewed on the show, would also be a very nice opponent for Bobby Czyz. Czyz off balance there. I don't think he was hurt.
And we mentioned earlier another gentleman I'm very high on. I think you are, too. Orlin Norris has come down to the cruiserweight.
Oh, yeah.
Real talented young man, and comes from good bloodline.
That would, Brother Terry, of course, fighting here tomorrow. And that would be an excellent match. Hey, why not? Let's get the cruiserweight division cooking.
Get some excitement there. There's some good personalities, some good fighters, and they come to fight, as you saw tonight through almost 36 minutes of action. Bobby feeling his Wheaties right now. Going to do a little dancing here in round number 12.
Well, he knows he's pretty much got this one in hand. Unless, of course, somebody big is landed by Lalonde. It doesn't look like that's happening.
It just appears that Bobby has grown into this weight far more effectively than Donny. Donny, I don't think, has brought his power up from 175. He had some nice shots, but if he landed those at 175, a lot of times people go down. Here at 186, it hasn't been the case.
No, this is not a division, I don't think, in which Donny Lalonde can hit with enough authority. Well, that was pretty low.
It's okay. Richard tries to keep him going. Donny playing the politician.
But Donny might have had one coming.
Yeah. I think he's still 2 in the debit category.
At least 2. And, you know, there's a lot... landing the left hook. Remember back in the 2nd and 3rd round, Lalonde landed a couple of real good left hooks, better than I've seen him land in ages. That was his plan coming in here. He wanted to use the left hand more. He has not done it.
We're inside halfway point, inside 30 seconds, round number 12. And both gentlemen look like they will be content to turn this one over to the judges.
Well, Bobby Czyz is certainly content to do it because he knows that he should get a decision win.
Jerry Roth, Rafael Carabano, and Hector Hernandez are the judges, and it appears that they will probably have a pretty easy time of choosing the winner here. Bobby Czyz, very dominant in this defense of his WBA Cruiserweight title. We're history here at the Riviera Hotel and Casino. It will now be turned over to the judges. And, of course, we have our judge at ringside. There's a look at the great crowd here. 4,000 plus. It was a sellout. It was a sellout before they opened the doors, according to promoter Lou Falsino. Of course, Mel Greb was the matchmaker tonight and did a nice job. We had some very competitive fights. We get a look at the champion. There's Donny Golden Boy Lalonde, and they shake hands. There's Dave Wolf, his manager, Lou Falsino, the promoter. A nice card here. We're going to have it turned over to our man, Pedro Fernandez, get his final thoughts on this.
117-111. You know, I've had a very one-sided fight, 117-111, giving him a 2-point margin in the first round. Straight up, it was a good performance for Bobby Czyz. The Matinee Idol's back. He's a WBA Cruiserweight champion. And I tell you what, bring on Al Cole, bring on Iran Barkley. I think Bobby Czyz is ready for these guys.
A great performance, you know, and the fact is, a lot of people think he fades late in fights, but I think he did take a little time off mid-fight. Would you agree?
He got in good shape for this fight, but I think the reason why he fades is that he's fighting 27 pounds above what he used to fight at. I mean, when you're carrying an excess poundage about the 8th or 9th round, I used to fight at 47 instead of 39. About the 3rd round in an amateur fight, I'm really sucking down that 3rd round. Yeah.
All right, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 championship rounds of boxing, we have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Jerry Roth, scores about 116-110.
Yeah.
Judge Hector Hernandez scores about 117-111. Rafael Carabano scores about 116-113. All three in favor of the winner. And still, champion of the world, Bobby "Chappie" Czyz. Ladies and gentlemen, have it a hand for a fine try tonight to the challenger, the Golden Boy, Donny Lalonde.
Bernstein will soon have an interview with the victorious Bobby Czyz. He maintains his WBA light heavyweight title, and we're going to get you set up there right away.
All right, I am in the center of the...
across the board, and we're going to check in with Al Bernstein with the post-fight interview. Al?
Thank you, I am here with Bobby Czyz. Bobby, this was a match in which you won it by landing what must have been about 8 billion jabs. Have you ever landed more jabs in a fight?
Probably only in sparring. Tommy Parks is key behind that. I got to let him speak on that matter. He used my jab as well as I could against a tall man, snapping his head and taking his rhythm out.
All right, you were able to control the pace of this fight completely. Were you surprised he got up and was able to keep going after you had him down?
Yeah, I got a little anxious. I threw a couple of big shots over. What I should have done was dug him up. I started to dig it up. I don't know if I broke his nose, but it started to land consistently. It started to make him much lazier, and I guess he was in a little pain, too.
You got there with the double left hook toward the middle of that fight. Didn't get to use it again. Were you a little... why didn't you get back to that?
He's a good fighter. He started to keep.
That's a good reason.
So I started to work the body. A couple of them they called low. I thought were very clean, but you know, such is the way things go.
Well, listen, no criticism. He had a great performance. Let's take a look at the knockdown, Bobby. You can comment for us on it as we see it.
All right. Well, he's coming in. I blocked the right hand, countered. A la Tommy Parks. He taught me to do that very well. Roll off the right hand, throw the hook, and I got to give credit to Tommy for that knockdown.
Your hook has always been a good one, and tonight you were able to get it in consistently. His hands were very low.
Well, Tommy said the left hand will be the difference, and as usual, he's always right.
Okay. Well, a report card on Bobby. 30 years old, fighting as well, I guess, as he has.
Yeah, I thought he did well because Donny's awkward to fight. He's always moving back. He's very tall, and he's got to work twice as hard to get inside to hit him.
All right.
He out-jabbed the taller guy.
All right, thank you, Tom. We got to go. Bobby, congratulations. Okay. Well, let us now reflect a little bit on what Bobby Czyz did tonight. This was a performance that was excellent, and it was a technically good performance. People were looking